So, when are people going to, renew vows? Because that hasn't happened so far. Pete and MJ have never been separated in this universe as far as I can tell. Frankly, it should be called Spider-Man, Renew Your Fan Approval. Last time on Renew Your Vows, Peter Parker and Mary Jane were struggling raising their young daughter Annie, especially with Peter still being Spider-Man. When the Avengers are wiped out by a villain called the Regent, who steals their powers, and Venom nearly kills Mary Jane and Annie, leading to Spider-Man killing him, he quits being Spider-Man forever. Just like all those other times he quit being Spider-Man forever. The book opens with Peter having nightmares about Venom, something I'm sure we can all sympathise with. He does the classic sitting up from a nightmare thing, a thing I am pretty sure has never happened in real life, and his spider sense goes off. When he and MJ check on Annie, they find her sleeping on the ceiling. It turns out this has happened before, and that Peter made a special bracelet to inhibit her powers, which is broken. She was up there because she was afraid Venom was under her bed. I think we've all been afraid that Topher Grace was under our bed at one point or another. The next morning they are walking Annie to school and discussing their finances. There's some cute funny stuff in here, which of course Marvel hates and thinks isn't relatable. I mean, you can only relate to Spider-Man how he was when I was a kid. And it's not like we have other teen characters who fill that hole exceptionally well. That would be crazy. Pete leaves to chase some police cars to take pictures, and Mary Jane gives Annie some words of wisdom. Don't stand out. Which, frankly, seems like regular teenager advice to me. But she's talking specifically about her spider powers. Wow, that was such an uninteresting moment to me. Marvel should never write another book like this. That would suck. So some of Spidey's old D-list villains, or should I say, superior foes, fight D-Man. You know, D-Man? No? You don't? Well, there's a reason he's survived so far in a world that hunts down superheroes. He's protesting living in a world without superheroes whilst Peter takes pictures. Mockingbird and Prowler watch from the shadows and report to a mysterious figure, asking if they should bring him into S.H.I.E.L.D. as one of the last supers. They beat D-Man and take him to the Regent, who points out that his powers suck too hard to steal. Which is fair, he is called D-Man. Oh, the book made that joke? You know what, comics? Stop being so self-aware. You're paying innocent, cynical fuckheads like me out of a job. They've picked up a powered kid at one of the local high schools. The one that Annie just happens to go to. Meanwhile, Pete sells the pictures to the Bugle. The twist being, these pictures are being sold to keep them out of the papers. Like those pictures of Ariana Grande drowning a homeless man in Toronto. He hears about trouble at Annie's school and runs down there. Mary Jane has heard it as well, and they both race to the school. Pete attracts some attention as people start to question if Spider-Man is back. Because every guy who wears red and blue and jumps around a bit is Spider-Man. Goddamn racists. We cut to the school where the Power Pack fights the Regent's enforcers. Annie contemplates helping, before her dad turns up and punches Rhino in the goddamn face. Like, puts him down. Isn't that dude, like, super strong and in a suit of nigh impenetrable armor? Dude. Good punch. The Power Pack escapes due to Pete's timely intervention, and Annie is dragged away by MJ. Pete apparently manages to deck the entire superior foes, and they report to the Regent unsuccessful. He reveals that he'll use his heavy hitters to take down Spider-Man. His Sinister Six. His incredibly pathetic Sinister Six. Mysterio, Shocker, Kraven the Hunter. That dude shot Spider-Man at point-blank range, and still lost to him. The most impressive person here is Dr. Octopus, and he looks like 400 years old. We end the book on MJ telling Peter it's time to fight, and giving him his black costume. This book is good. The art is nice. Peter-MJ-Annie relationship is charming. The Regent is a credible villain, and the plot is interesting. However, I still can't help but feel this book is Marvel telling us how bad things would be if Pete and MJ were married. Pete killed a guy and stopped being Spider-Man, see? We can't tell any stories about Spider-Man having a family, because that's what would happen. Feels like they're throwing us a bone and simultaneously saying that we can't have it because it would be bad for us. Which they are doing a terrible job of, because I want to see nothing but this in the future. Especially in comparison to Amazing Spider-Man Volume 3. So what did you guys think of this comic? Leave a comment down in the section below. And subscribe and stuff.